Hello, welcome. You're here for a doodle, a Marvel doodle. I'm here with Kyle, and Brandon's back again. We brought him back by popular demand, and we're here to talk Marvel. You see, if you guys can see or hear me, I'm hitting a Marvel book right now, so people know it is Marvel. I have
DC,
the 2019 Encyclopedia of Marvel.
Got the Hot Topic periodic table of Marvel going on over here.
You talking shirts? We talking shirts here?
Dang, Brandon.
Nelson
I'm
and Murdoch
bro. I
attorneys
thought you was
at law.
like me, bro. Thought you was like me, bro. That
But
hurts.
this is a Marvel show.
Hurts. No, it's DC. Well, you know what? I don't care.
No, this specific show is Marvel.
He's wishing. He's projecting.
So the reason we're doing this doodle today is because Marvel just released their 2020 Battle Royale, which this is something they've actually done a couple of times in the past, but they just released the new one for this year. And they started yesterday, so we're 1 day behind. The results of the first one, they go matchup by matchup, not round by round. The first matchup was Miles Morales versus Venom, which we're not going to talk much about because Venom beat Miles Morales, which I think we all would have. I think we all could have saw that coming anyway.
That's the smart bet.
So, before we even get into the bracket, I will say one big thing I have about this, and I said it in our pre-show. I can't stand the setup of this bracket at all. I can't stand the setup of this bracket. Because, first of all, the right side of the bracket is stacked.
Yeah, that is true.
Stacked. And the left side isn't as stacked. Like, there's some good characters in there. But look at the left side of that bracket right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me that Venom is not gonna be versing either Captain America or Iron Man?
That's
just one look.
I can argue that. You got Jean Grey down there. That's a whole Phoenix. That's
yeah,
a
problem. She can come back to life, low key, bro.
That's a problem.
Right.
You have to, in order to beat Jean Grey, you have to fight a celestial god. That's a problem.
But I like to think of this
not
show.
Emma Frost, though.
I like to think of us as realists on this show, right? Like where we think with how we want to think the matchups, but we also think about how it will actually turn out. That's how we did the entire cartoon bracket. You're telling me that out of the millions of people that can vote, because it's on Marvel's accounts, their actual accounts, it's gonna be millions of people voting.
So then
that they're gonna pick one of those two over Captain America or Iron Man.
We have to see. They can hear us. The people can hear us talking. So it's not just a vote here. So let's restrict ourselves to who would win in a fight. After all, it's a battle royale. Who would win in a straight up fight? Not who would win in a popularity contest, which is what it's going to devolve into on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should take both aspects.
Fair. Let's do that.
Take both aspects and put them both into account when you're doing this.
All right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I could dig
All
that.
right?
Yeah.
So, Venom beat Miles Morales. That's over. I love Miles Morales. Some of these first round matchups is my other trope with this, by the way. Some of these first round matchups really get to me because, you can't tell me that some of these first round matchups could be the finals if they didn't match them up there.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I guess what I'm
right.
trying to say is I don't understand how this. I get how it was seeded, but I don't at the same time. I get they put the best matchups in the beginning to draw people in for interest.
Yeah.
But
So
I don't get how they actually did it. But let's start. All right. So the first matchup that we're gonna get into is the first matchup after Venom and Miles Morales on the left side of the bracket, which is Kitty Pryde and Miss Marvel. So for people that don't know, Kitty Pryde is in the X-Men, and Miss Marvel is kind of a DNA. I don't want to say clone, but kind of is a clone of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So for people that really don't know who each one of them are, that's kind of who they are. So, Brandon, I know you're very excited because you got a lot of emotion right now. So why don't you kick it off with your opinion?
I'm going to say in a straight up fight, Kitty Pryde takes it. Now, Kitty Pryde's power, if you don't know, is that she becomes intangible. Everything can just phase right through her like a ghost. Now, it's not like some other adaptations of the intangibility power where there's some limit to it, or, the most common intangibility is for My Hero fans is Lumelian or Mirio, where his drawback is literally everything passes through him. That's lights and sound as well. That doesn't happen with Kitty. Kitty retains all her senses. Now, the drawback that Kitty has is she can very easily end up in a wall. And again, she's not like Mirio, who simply gets expelled once he's in a wall. She's like Nightcrawler. She ends up in a wall, she's dead. Now, my whole theory crafting to this is you're not going to kill Kitty unless you get the jump on her. And sorry, not sorry, okay. Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, they're not stealthy people. You saw their entrances if you've seen Infinity War.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not
quiet ones.
People. They are not quiet people. And fun fact, Kitty Pryde's father figure is Wolverine. One of the masters of stealth.
Yeah.
How you sneaking up on her?
True that.
How you gonna do it?
Because she snuck up on you.
Sticks her hand in your chest, materializes on your heart, you're done. Poke your brain a couple times, you're done. That's
Kyle, what you got?
I feel about it.
How do you feel about it?
Honestly, man, I can't even be Skip Bayless on this one, bro. Like, he got it. Yo, I'm going with Kitty Pryde just off of because I was thinking about him because we was talking about that pre-show, talking about My Hero. I was like, if he can expel himself, then I'm going to say Captain Marvel just for the fact she can just wait for her to expel herself out and just knock her just clean, just straight cold. But just for the fact that everything passes through her no matter what. Oh yeah, it's over with because Captain Marvel's gonna come in like that whole deal. She's gonna be wilding, so it's gonna be over with. And plus, we're talking about Wolverine's pseudo daughter, bro.
One of the many.
You're right. Like we all know, he's like Mr. Eternity, low key, but like it's a lot.
I understand that. Now I'm gonna go on based on not only the fighting skills, but I'm going to go on popularity. And I'm not trying to say Miss Marvel is more popular.
It's going to be Captain Marvel.
Miss Marvel is a more known. Well, Miss Marvel's not in the movie, though.
I know, but there's
still Captain Marvel is.
I know.
But Captain Marvel's in the bracket.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, on the right side.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, like me, right? Like, I looked at it, I seen Miss Marvel, I said, oh, Captain Marvel.
That's...
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Miss Marvel has a movie coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But is it out yet?
No, it's not. But every Marvel, everybody that follows Marvel knows which movies are coming out. They know Doctor Strange 2 is coming out. They know the new Thor is coming out. Like they know the shows that are coming out. So they see Miss Marvel, they're gonna know that more. Obviously, if you've seen X-Men and stuff like that, you'll know Kitty Pryde.
And there's my counter to the popularity. The last time we saw Kitty Pryde in animation or in actual, like, somebody acting her was the Sony movie.
One of the animated?
The animated.
It wasn't the animated? You know what I'm talking about? You remember the newer one?
And you got that one.
You remember the newer one?
Yeah, but that's before... Disney.
The last... The last movie that she was portrayed in was X-Men Days of Future Past in 2014.
That's 6 years, dude. 6 years as
man,
opposed
that's a long time.
Miss Marvel coming out in a couple months.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about a couple months, but I get what you're saying.
Soon.
It's announced.
It's
announced.
Soon.
Yes.
While Kitty Pryde is MIA in the ether of Marvel.
Of the realm of where are they going?
So
where are they going?
They're not going to touch the X-Men. They're not bringing the X-Men into the MCU.
Not yet.
Why?
Wolverine,
It's too
maybe.
tricky.
Why not?
Wolverine,
They have to
maybe.
retcon.
It's too.
They have
It's
to
way too
retcon
tricky.
so much. You know how big
It's-
X-Men and Cap America
Yes.
was? Like they
Yeah.
were all over each other, and
That's I was gonna say, to go off your point.
No, go
Sorry to
ahead.
interrupt, but like to bring the X-Men and the Fantastic Four in the same boat into the MCU now is almost impossible, because not only are they such large characters and have so much, like the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man go hand in
facts.
hand.
True.
because they're both in New York.
True.
The Fantastic Four
True.
are one of the first
Yeah.
characters you see in Spider-Man.
And you're right,
They're in
they
like
are
the
in
first
New
10
York.
episodes.
And they are in New
So
York.
yeah, but comic book wise, they're in like the first 10 issues. You see the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man, like they're that hand in hand together. So bringing them in is very tough. But it's not only that, like trying to bring this and like all the stuff with Thanos happened and all that, and the X-Men didn't come help. Like it's very tough to bring that into the MCU, and that's why I think Brandon's right. I don't think you're going to see the X-Men or Fantastic Four for a while now that Disney has the rights to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, point taken.
It's going to be tough to see those. It's really going to be tough. It's unfortunate that when Sony was making its own MCU, that it didn't succeed. You know what I mean? Like it didn't succeed because it could have rivaled it and it really could have changed everything.
Yeah.
But once Disney's MCU ran away with it, that was the end of it.
And piggybacking off of that, you have the most successful. Well, probably not. I'll stick to that. The most successful individual superhero movie in Logan, and that in and of itself,
For Marvel or overall?
I think overall. I'm not.
No, the most successful superhero movies is the Dark Knight series.
You're right. So how do I rephrase this? Yeah. So let's stick to the Marvel movies.
One of the most successful.
One of the most successful is Logan, and the entire movie of Logan is the death of that hero, that anti-hero. It is the death. This character cannot get played again. Goodbye. He is done. You know? So again,
You're right.
How does Marvel / Disney go about bringing him into a PG world, a PG-13 world?
It is. Well, that's the big
hard.
thing with Deadpool, because we all know a new Deadpool's coming, because it's way too successful for Disney to say no.
Yeah.
But how are they going to do it? I think personally.
Well,
they have to. They have to. That's Deadpool.
You know what they could do though?
You can't change
they
it.
really could do though. Just me, just not being in the world y'all are in.
So,
But like, you know how they had what's his name, Colossus? If they had Colossus in the Deadpool 2, they could definitely bring in the X-Men. But what you do is you just have Deadpool's thing and then their thing.
cool.
Then,
I like that idea because
Yeah.
then what you can do is
you can double
X-Force.
time the money grab.
Yeah, and you X-Force version 2, where the X-Force was an
Yeah.
actual team
That's what I'm saying.
in the comic book.
They introduced Cable. If you introduce Cable, that means you're going to introduce Bishop. That means you gotta hash out the rest of Cyclops' story.
Yep.
That means you gotta do so much stuff.
Yep.
Like there's a whole thing of worms you gotta open up.
Exactly.
Then
and that's
God, who ends up crossing over? They end up crossing over at some point with somebody else.
Well, that's the big theory, is that they're going to make two worlds and then have them collide.
I like that.
But
and you
another
could do
thing,
that-
but this is what they could do with Deadpool.
especially with Deadpool, because
This is what they could do with Deadpool.
Go ahead.
Listen to this. They can take one of their side studios now, like Fox, for example, and have that produce Deadpool. So it's a rated R movie, and it's not a Disney movie. It's Disney because it's Fox is owned by Disney, but it's not
it's Marvel.
Disney.
Right.
Yeah, not Disney.
So that's
it's
the
like
best way they
creating
could do
your
it.
own enemy.
Interesting.
Like creating your competition. almost.
and
But
Whoa,
Disney
that's
still
ill,
makes
though.
all the money.
But that's
The hell do
ill,
they
though.
care?
But
they
that's
can
ill,
keep
though.
it canon. They can keep it canon because several movies have already confirmed the idea of a multiverse.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, including Avengers.
Exactly.
Yo,
So they
like,
can all be quote unquote canon. So let's
so much other stuff.
let's see.
Can get opened up.
Yeah, we're in
like
for a
so
ride.
much other
There's a lot of
material.
things. Yeah.
okay.
Just like
I'm very excited to see how they're going to do it. I think it's all going to start with Doctor Strange too.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's where it's all going to start.
Now.
It's going to be Doctor Strange too. One thing. Hold on. I just want to say, looking at this bracket, that I meant to say earlier, but I get that there's some of the characters on here are like, they're known or whatever, but look at some of these characters. Would you not take one of these characters off for Daredevil or for what was it? Who else is in there? Black Panther or Doctor Strange?
You know what? I'm gonna keep I'm not gonna comment on that because there's one hero that I think has absolutely an anti-hero that has absolutely no business being on this bracket.
And he won. And he won the first round.
No. Wait till we get.
Oh, not that one.
Reserve my comments on that.
Okay. Nope. I thought you were talking about Venom because Venom is an anti-hero and it's just all heroes. Basically, all heroes.
I'm gonna reserve my comments.
All right, reserve your comment, B.
Right.
I feel you. Reserve your comment, bro.
Can we move
all
on?
Right. So let's
go.
Let's get to the next round. Yeah,
this one hurts me.
Let's go.
Schnob, you lead off.
Iron Man and Captain
you lead
America.
off because this one hurts.
This is probably one of the toughest ones that you could have. And by the way, they did make a movie about this.
Yeah,
they
did.
made a comic book.
Civil War.
They made 2 comic books.
They made a lot of stuff. They made a lot of stuff. And this one's a very tough one. It's hard to go against Iron Man because he not only has the protection and the weapons and all this stuff, but Captain America is an expert fighter. He is formed to be the strongest out there. And he, even in the movie and in the comic books, he just knows the weaknesses of Tony Stark and stuff like that. So this is a very tough one. It hurts to say, and this is going to be a little bit off of bias, but I think Captain America is going to be my pick because I have to go with someone. I have to go with someone.
Oh my God.
And when I was first coming up with comic books and stuff, I liked Captain America more than Iron Man, as most people did. If you look at Iron Man before the movies, If you look at Iron Man before the movies, literally, he looks like a trash can.
Yeah,
he
do look wild.
It's not good. If it wasn't for the movies, he wouldn't even be on this bracket probably.
Changed Iron Man. Iron Man became popular
completely
only because of the movies. In fact, he became so popular that they changed his physical appearance within the comic books to match that of Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He looks exactly like I will say that in the comic books, Robert Downey Jr. has the look that they gave Tony Stark. Like he had the goatee and stuff like that, and he had the backstory, but we won't get into that. But yeah, if it wasn't for the movies, I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for the movies, Iron Man wouldn't even be someone that people talk about.
Yep.
I say that all the time. They wouldn't even be someone that I think Brendan, I think you and I talked about this, like the Marvel heroes that were like the known ones before the movies came along.
Kyle, who you got?
But I am upset
Iron
that
Man.
Daredevil's not on this.
Iron Man?
I can't do the Boy Scout. Yeah. I'm not with the Boy Scout.
I'm gonna caveat this.
Well, hold on. He can't just go by and not give reasons. You can't just say I don't like a Boy Scout and go on.
Nah, but
like you have to give a reason why.
Kyle, explain
I was just
yourself.
gonna let y'all roll. I can explain myself. So basically, me personally, I understand that Captain America is, trained. He's basically created for all of that fighting, and he knows all the weaknesses. But we're talking about Tony Stark. He's a genius, and he has battle experience. So to me personally, I feel like.
But they're all geniuses. Every superhero is basically a genius.
I just want to make my point, dog.
The reason that Captain America is selected is because he was physically unable to be a soldier, but he was the smartest soldier of all of them. That's why he was selected to become.
Heart.
He had the biggest heart, exactly. Don't make me cry, man.
Damn, this is.
But go ahead, Brandon.
This is hard for me.
It's on you.
This is hard for me because Civil War. I'm on Captain America's side. And I can't stand Tony Stark as a character. As a character, he irritates the hell out of me.
He's a drunk. He's a drunk and an asshole.
As a character.
That's what I mean. As a character, that's Tony Stark in the comics. He's a drunk and an asshole. He literally goes into
walks in a room.
He becomes like an alcoholic,
alcoholic. One of the big arcs for him is his recovery of alcoholism. But Iron Man consistently walks in the room, says, "You suck. You suck. Your idea is stupid. I'm better. This is the plan. We're sticking to it," and it works out. And that irks the living crap out of me. That pisses me off so much. And if it were a straight up put your fists up fight, Cap would whoop his ass.
Yeah, but we're talking about strategy, though.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. And Iron Man has too much firepower. Mm-hmm. That's just what it comes down to.
I would even say, if we're talking strategy, though, that Captain America would have the upper hand. I think Iron Man's more of a come in guns blazing type.
But again, come in guns blazing. Oh, and by guns blazing, I mean my left arm nuke number 1 and my right arm nuke number 2 against Cap's shield. Which, no offense, I was gonna say rinky dinky. But that's not a rinky-dinky shield, but it's a shield. Yeah, vibranium. Vibranium. Indestructible, reflects all energy projectiles, which strong as all hell.
Except for Thanos,
I'm sorry?
apparently.
Still ain't messing with his gear, though.
That's
what I was trying to,
the shoulder,
what I was trying to get at earlier.
The shoulder holding the shield is going to break.
Yeah. Yeah, just from the impact.
So you're going Iron Man.
I'm going
is what
against
you're saying.
my heart, and I'm saying Iron Man, and it hurts me.
See, that is totally not Captain America. You'd never go.
You
against
said,
your heart,
hold on.
You never
hold
go
on
your
one
heart.
second. You said it yourself. You like to think of us as realists on this show, and I'm being just that.
Nah. Brandon, don't fall for his lies. You know it's all about all his interests and what he likes. It's not being realist.
I said first of all, I said that Captain America I was going to be biased on. I said that before I made my pick.
I mean,
so don't say I'm lying. I said I was going to be biased.
He's just being a troll. He wants reactions.
I'm being a troll. I just want reactions from everybody.
It hurts, and it hurts so good.
I thought you was better than that. We're intellectuals. We're not trolls. We should just put you under a bridge.
Sorry. I'll leave now.
Me and B. Gil can do the rest.
All right.
Bye-bye.
What's up, Kyle? We moving on to Emma Frost and Jean Grey.
Yeah, let's do it.
Who got it?
I'm just gonna let you know. Jean Grey's just gonna scorch Shorty. That's it. Just. And if she doesn't scorch her, she's gonna just mentally torture. So
these are some of the strongest telepaths in the known universe. Emma Frost and Jean Grey. Yeah. So it is literally a battle of wits coming on here.
Yeah, but we're talking about Phoenix, who dies, then comes back stronger. Bro, she's worse than a Saiyan. She's worse than a Saiyan. Big dog. Her mind couldn't even be controlled by Professor Xavier, who's basically God in that universe. Okay? So if you can outbeat a god, you can definitely outbeat a really, really high-ranking mortal.
This is true. I agree. I think Jean Grey takes it just because of that Phoenix in her back pocket.